Good Tuesday, everyone. Thanks for stopping by Garden State Weather and GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com, providing superior forecasting for the northern mid-Atlantic region 24 hours a day. I'm forecaster Robert Smith with a daily video forecast discussion for this Tuesday, the 8th of April, 2014. Surface analysis this morning shows plenty of low clouds across the region, a little bit of fog across certain regions here this morning too as the surface trough moves through the region. In the next couple of hours, the fog will dissipate. And as a result, even along the coast, we have some dense fog advisories until around 9 o'clock this morning, and that would be for the South Shore and east ends of Long Island into interior Connecticut and the North Shore as well. And along the coast, small craft advisories along the coast. We'll get into that in a moment. Temperature is pretty mild this morning. They're generally running from anywhere from about 50 degrees into the mid and upper 50s, and temperatures will actually continue to rise. We have a warm front just lying here from around New York City back through central and southern New Jersey, and the winds beginning to veer a little bit more to the southwest as we get into Pennsylvania and the Delmarva. And the winds at all levels are from the southwest, so it's going to be a slow moving frontal boundary today, but for the most part the moisture is now well off into the eastern coastline now, and some moderate pockets of last of the rain and thunder that raced through central and northern New Jersey earlier this morning is now into interior Connecticut and moving away. Temperatures once again in the low to the mid 50s across the region, and the temperatures will be rising and the dense fog will be lifting during the next couple of hours. Last of the moderate to heavy rain now getting past New York City into the coastal waters just south on the north shore of Long Island, south shore of Connecticut here, racing rapidly to the north and east across this region and out of here. We have small craft advisories along the New Jersey coast, and these small craft advisories will be in effect. Basically, they're saying that they're canceled, but I don't think the National Weather Service has actually canceled them. They're still in effect here until this evening. At midnight, southwest winds to west winds at 10 to 20 knots, gust up to 30 knots, seas through 5 to 8 feet across this region. Same story here out on eastern Long Island, the north shore and south shore of Connecticut too, until 6 o'clock this evening, until 6 o'clock tonight on the south shore and east ends of Long Island, the back bays here. And they've been canceled now for portions of the Delmarva region, but other areas still in effect until around midnight tonight. We have limited IFR and basically IFR conditions across many of the terminals here across interior Connecticut all the way down through New Jersey, New York City, Philadelphia metropolitan area, parts of the Delmarva. All this will be moving away from the area, but right now we have some visibilities less than 2 to 3 miles, ceilings under 500 feet. Right now at Newark Airport, if we pull this up here, at 50 degrees, and that's not a bad start to the day. 2 miles in fog, overcast conditions at 1200, scattered clouds at 300, broken at 600 feet. Total precipitation in the last hour, just about 14 hundredths of an inch. Most of that rain now is over. Broken ceilings later this morning at 12,000 feet. Winds out of the southwest at 12, gusting to 18 knots. So the winds are going to be pretty gusty today. Southwest 18 gusts to 26 knots. The temperatures rise as the warm front moves through and then a trough moves through the region. Broken ceilings at 4,000 feet and then 25,000 scattered during tonight. Still a west wind, 14 gusts up to 22 knots. Good visibilities. That's VFR conditions. Tomorrow, just some scattered clouds late tonight into early tomorrow morning, and maybe some patchy fog across the terminal as well. Northwesterly winds at about 15 to 22 knots and visibilities better than 6 to 10 miles. That's VFR conditions. Philadelphia, same kind of story right now. They're dense fog at 4-mile visibility, 500 overcast, 59 degrees. And the wind is out of the southwest at 13 knots. Not a bad start to the morning except for the fog. Overcast conditions early today with a little bit of fog, and then broken ceilings during later this morning. Some scattered clouds at 2,500, broken at 5,000, a west wind at 15, gust to 26 knots. The winds will continue a little gusty and through this evening, about 12 knots. Visibility is improving. A few clouds at around, scattered clouds at about 5,000, a few scattered clouds at 25,000 late tonight, and again, some scattered clouds early tomorrow morning. Visibility is improving. VFR conditions. The winds are going to be still gusty out of the southwest to northwest. And then veering to the northwest late this evening and overnight tonight, and they'll be out of the northwest tomorrow morning at about 12 to 20 knots. VFR conditions. Morning surface satellite imagery, which as the visible satellite here shows a plethora of mid and low level clouds across the region. And this also is indicative, too, of a little drying patch starting to work its way in from the west this morning as the trough axis passes through. We can see the blacks in here. The upper level low is back through northern Michigan and into the Great Lakes here, actually. Moving into the St. Lawrence River Valley. Most of this deep moisture now moving off the mid-Atlantic coast states, and the radar showing the same thing. We had some showers and thunderstorms, probably robbed a lot of the atmosphere from moderate pockets of rain overnight as most of the convection will remain to the south. We still have a southwesterly flow in the mid and upper levels of the atmosphere all the way down to the surface, and that's going to slow up the trough axis from swinging in, but we'll probably pass through during the afternoon hours and shift our winds around to the northwest with dry conditions and pretty nice weather and seasonable weather over the next couple of days. This is the end of the rain for us, pretty much, and conditions will improve here on 4th. Mild temperatures today. The NAM 4-kilometer simulated radar reflectivity cloud forecast from Penn State's Ewald site. Rain pretty much out of here, broken as scattered clouds during this afternoon. Nice day too, with temperatures getting into the low 60s, normal highs around 58 to 61 degrees from New York City down to Philadelphia. So a nice day today. A few scattered clouds across the region during this afternoon and evening as the front moves through. Winds back around to the northwest a bit. Maybe some jet stream clouds across coastal regions later tonight into early tomorrow morning. Generally dry, partly cloudy, scattered cloud, or clear across the region. Winds diminishing tonight too. Late tonight, tomorrow. Beautiful tomorrow. Temperatures once again a little cooler in the northwest flow. A few scattered clouds, mostly sunny otherwise across the region. Temperatures in the 50s tomorrow. Back into the upper 50s and lower 60s again with dry, clear skies across the region on Wednesday night and Thursday. Beautiful Thursday. Frontal system approaching the region by Friday, and this will probably stall out a little bit as it's very slow to make its way across the region as we have a southwesterly flow now at all levels, and that tends to slow up the frontal systems at all levels of the atmosphere as they try to make their way south and east across the region. And this would bring a period of some moderate rain or maybe just some light rain across the region on Friday night into early Saturday morning before clearing skies and very mild temperatures come back for Saturday night, Sunday, and Monday of next week. Here's our low pressure system now moving into southeastern Canada, the St. Lawrence River Valley. Basically a northwesterly flow as the trough axis moves through. Mild conditions today, a little cooler tomorrow on the northwest flow, and then basically just high pressure and southwesterly flow building in on Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday evening, Thursday, and Friday. And this is going to be providing us with some beautiful weather over the next couple of days and seasonable temperatures too into the upper 50s and mid 60s, maybe some cooler spots along the immediate coast. And then a frontal system approaches, kind of stalls out a little bit on as it approaches the region Friday evening. Could be a few spokes of some light rain around the frontal boundary, and maybe a pocket or a period of rain, especially over the Appalachians, southeastern Pennsylvania, up the Hudson River Valley on Saturday morning as the low moves through. And then high pressure builds in once again across the region with generally mild conditions, southwesterly flow again. Our next disturbance in the northern stream coming through probably later on Sunday. It's beginning to show signs of slowing up too as this frontal boundary approaches on Monday. Kind of washes out on the northern tier a little bit, more clouds, maybe some light rain around on Monday afternoon. And then this area here along the south, which is our southern subtropical jet stream branch, probably slows up the front and brings a period or a pocket of moisture up the Appalachians once again by the middle part of next week, but very mild conditions at this time. We could find some pockets of moderate to heavy rain too across the region in the mid to the latter part of next week. And then mild conditions once again resume with near seasonable temperatures, but still unsettled conditions across the region in a very active progressive pattern. That's going to do it for today. Live feeds, of course, on both websites, Garden State Weather and gardenstateweather.blogspot.com, Facebook and Twitter. And of course, our email discussions will update later today the total rainfall and Doppler radar estimates and all that stuff. If you'd like to join us, you can certainly do so by joining our email group on both websites. The drop-down links or one of the scrolling bars at the top from gardenstateweather.com shows you just how to do that. Or you can just send email to gardenstateweather@gmail.com with the word subscribe, and you'll be added to the list. For Garden State Weather and GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com, I'm forecaster Robert Smith. You make it a great Tuesday. We'll be back bright and early on Wednesday morning.